Hello, friends. This is Mac Payne, founder, owner, and operator of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast, where we bring you news about the Vietnam War and the brave veterans who served there. It's told to you by yours truly, a Vietnam veteran. In this short video, I come to you with big news. I have just published another episode over at the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast. This one is number 3326, and it is a good one because it talks about our Heroes Military Museum located up in Lincoln, Maine. Lincoln is about 50 miles north of Bangor and is also about 40 or 50 miles south of Aroostook County, the largest county east of the Mississippi. The people up there in that county appreciate that. The museum recently did something that is notable. That's what I talk about in this podcast episode. I share a story that appeared on WABI 5 TV out of Bangor, Maine. And it is about something special the people at the museum just pulled off. They were able to obtain a Higgins boat, like the one that was used in Vietnam and during the Normandy invasion. I'm a 2-year veteran of Vietnam, and I never heard of a Higgins boat, but they are the ones that when we first went over to Vietnam with units like the Marines and the 1st Cav Division, they were transported from the ships to the shore with Higgins boats. The 1st Cav Division came into Vietnam on Higgins boats and landed at Quy Nhon. Then they moved over to their first home base in country at An Khê, up on Highway 19. And from there, they moved all over the country. The 1st Cav Division was sort of like the fire brigade in that war. They went everywhere in the country, high and low, but they started out at Quy Nhon and then went over to An Khê and started out on their mission. What you really need to do is you ask, how did this museum, and it's not a big, large museum, it's just a museum made up of regular guys, how in the world do they get a hold of a Higgins boat? These things are big. They had to bring in special equipment to get it unloaded off the truck when it arrived. That's one of the things you need to discover when you listen to this podcast episode, number 3326. You've got to listen to it. I guarantee you will enjoy it. And again, your patriotism will go up several notches after you hear this story. And I've made it easy for you. I've set up 3 ways that you can easily access this podcast episode number 3326 over at the podcast website, VietnamVeteranNews.com. The first and easiest and most recommended method of getting there is to simply scroll down below this 1965 version of a Philco TV set, and there you should find a live link that'll take you straight to the podcast episode, and you can start listening immediately. But if for some reason you cannot locate that live link on the device you're watching this video on, just like Crocodile Dundee would always say, no worries. All you've got to do is go to this URL, VietnamVeteranNews.com. Click on episode 3326, and you can be listening immediately. It's that easy. But wait, there is more. If you are a fan of QR codes, I got you covered. I have created a QR code that leads you straight to this podcast episode, just for you. Now, don't worry about trying to get the code now. I'll put it up at the end of this short video and give you plenty of time so you can easily connect with it. All you've got to do is take out your phone, turn on the camera, point it toward the code, and you can be listening in seconds. It's that easy. So there you have 3 easy ways to access this podcast episode, number 3326. And there you can discover how This museum up in Lincoln, Maine, was able to obtain an authentic, genuine Higgins boat. It's a very interesting story. When you hear it, I think you'll be surprised. So please do yourself a favor and go over and listen to episode 3326 of the Vietnam Better News Podcast. But before you do that, do me a favor, like this video. That helps more people see it, because the more likes a video receives, the more often YouTube will put it up online. We want more people to hear these stories. I think it's very important for the country to learn more about its Vietnam veterans. You can do that by listening to these podcast episodes. Another way to help out is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That'll do it too. So with that, I will say thank you for listening. And now go listen to podcast episode 3326. We will talk soon. Here is the QR code. Go for it. Were you able to click onto that code yet? If not, I will leave it up a little longer just for you, so you can get your phone out, turn on the camera, point it toward the code, and listen. So here it is. Go for it. This is Mac Payne here, closing out this video. Thank you very much for listening. Please go over and listen to podcast episode 3326. Thank you for listening. We will talk soon.